Good morning, guys. Welcome to the crypto update at Operation Crypto. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin as ever to start with, which has not much changed over the last 3 weeks. It's been pretty much sideways. If you look down onto the hourly time frame, I mean, look at that. It's just 3 weeks of sheer boring price action, and we're waiting for a move out. We're waiting for that move to the downside or the upside. And I mean, still personally, I'm more in favour of that test of 41,500, 42,000 region up there. I think it will happen at some stage, but I think majority of people out there are bearish and waiting for lower. I mean, if it does go lower, I'm still in a decent chunk of stables to buy lower if it does go lower. But so far, I mean, look at that. Some of the altcoins are getting massively shaken out. That's what's been happening. While BTC has just been ranging up in there, alts have been getting absolutely murdered. And you can see with Bitcoin dominance, it's just continuing to rise in it steadily. But you can see there on that's hourly time. If you go to the daily, you'll get a better perspective. It's just continuing to drive up there. And personally, I still see a rise up to here around 50%, 49, 50%, even maybe even up to 52% there. This is what happens when you get a complete shift in market sentiment. Bitcoin is the strongest one out of them all, and it does manage to maintain the stronger price. Altcoins just bleed a miserable death. But all in all, there's not much to talk about on the Bitcoin front. We're just waiting out, aren't we? We're waiting out for a move, and when it happens, we will be able to capitalise on that, whether it's making profit on the way up or buying on the way down. So, like every single episode, what I'm going to do is cover assets chosen by yourself. So on this next video, which will be probably Thursday now because I'm away the next couple of days, if you want me to cover an asset of a specific crypto project, comment below and I will cover it on the next episode of a crypto update. So taking a look at the first one, which is PLUTON. I used to hold quite a decent bag of PLUTON. Got rid of it because it didn't really see much price action. I covered it on one of the other crypto updates, and I just got a little bit frustrated with PLUTON just due to the fact that every time we see a little bit of growth, it gets sold into heavily. And this hasn't even got much data on it, this chart. I mean, let me see if I can get a different chart. Potentially on Ascendex. Let's have a look there. Nah, still the same. This chart, well, not this chart, but PLUTON in general goes back to 2015. And it's still valued at around $30 million. It's absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. They've had that amount of time to grow and it's still not done anything. And every time you get a major pump, it gets dumped into. And I've got rid of mine. I think I managed to buy something daft like about $2, and then I sold it at about $5 because I got fed up with it, to be honest. And you can see every time we get any type of price action, it is just heavily sold into. You can see by these wicks. Look at these. We had a little bit of momentum there. Bang, sold off. Same here, sold off. And it really annoyed me about projects. And I just think that it should be in such a better position than for what it's achieved over the last 6 or 7 years. It should be in such a better position, but it's not. And it has annoyed me. That's why I got rid of my position. It's currently at $6.29. I mean, if you're looking for some levels to buy, you've got this bottom here. If you look where we had a nice bounce. And in terms of Fibonacci, if you look at the entire move from me, that's not a Fibonacci, that's a fib. So if you look at from the bottom there to the top, we've come down, we've lost nearly every single level, and we're coming down to do a full retracement. So I think personally, I mean, there's nothing to say it's not going to be good in the future, but it's just quite a frustrating asset. I mean, I'll be looking down here potentially to buy it just less than $5, and anything below $5 you can see in the past usually gets bought straight up. If you look at all these areas around here, it's not been down there for long, and as soon as it was, it pushes to the upside. So I think that could be a good trade. If you're looking to buy some PLUTON, look to start laddering in from sub $5. But yeah, that's my thoughts on PLUTON. I'm sorry if it's not good thoughts, but that's just my personal opinion. Next we have POLC. I'm not sure if we've got a chart on TradingView, but we'll have a quick look. Yes, we have. It's on BitGet Qcoin. Let's have a look at my Qcoin chart, see how much data we've got. Wow. Yeah, that looks... We've got data from December 21, so I'm presuming it's been lower than that before. Let's have a look what else. I'll tell you what, let's have a look on different chart software. Look at this. Is this Polka City? Not Polkcoin. Let's have a look. Here we go. USD, coin market cap. Not working on that. There's Polka City. Not user point. That one, we use that one. There we go. So there we go. Yeah, that's a better chart. And you can see we've had a lot of growth and also a lot of selling pressure as well. And it looks like we'll come back down to this region to potentially look at buying, don't it? I mean, if you look at the bottom, well, that was a bottom. Let's mark the bottom up first. So there, that was a bottom, and it was all the way down at 4.6 cent. We're currently at 23 cent. I mean, if you're looking for some buys, let's have a look, see if we can see any levels of resistance and support. So we'll go down to a weekly time frame and see what we can see here. There's a potential level there. If you look at this wick here, if you look at that one, it was a level of support. There was a major level of resistance with no closures above it. And then we got a weekly support candle there. So we're currently at support now. So if you're looking for buying, I think now at 22 cent is a decent level. And target them, ladder them all the way in, all the way down to 4.6 cent. I think if you're looking to get buys in that region, and the asset is fundamentally strong. Remember, if we are now in bearish periods, what you need to do is make sure that the team are still continuing to work on pushing out updates. If they're not pushing out updates, then there could be something wrong there. So just keep your eye on it. And that chart does look quite horrific, doesn't it? It looks like massive pump and a dump, massive pump and a dump. And it's not nice to see, but with low caps and new projects, maybe even the early 3 to 4 years can be quite severe while the projects just start building. Because remember, a lot of projects will not make it. I'm not saying POLC City won't make it, but just be wary of that. You need to make sure our team is still building and working. If it is, then buying at these levels would be a great opportunity. And I think if you're looking to accumulate, we've got another nice tasty level there. If you look, it was a support region around here, and then we rejected off it there. So if you're looking to sell, to accumulate, 57 cent is that region where you could target. So that's that covered. Taking a look at the next asset, which is SELR. We'll look at the tether pairing, shall we, on Binance. Who's the Binance chart? It's usually got most data. Let's get rid of all that malarkey. We are currently at 0.033, so that's 3.3 cent. Now let's put this to a weekly time frame first. And yeah, like most assets, it's doing the same. We're coming down for full retracement, and you can see there's a nice level of support around this region. We'll box that method off. If you look at the tops here, and we'll drag it all the way through, look at all those wicks within that area. So that could be a decent area for you to potentially buy. If I put the moving averages on, the 50 and the 20, we've now had a bearish cross on a weekly time frame. That's not to say we're going to go lower, but it just gives you that sight that we've had that bearish cross now, and we are looking for a bullish cross. So maybe we could get something like this, and then hopefully a nice steady rise back up, because these bearish crosses may not last for long, and then we could start getting this nice big push to the upside. So it does look bearish, you can't get away from that, but that's the entire market. And if you're looking for buys, I'd target this. It's a nice level of support down here at 2.2 cent. I think that's a decent level for you to target down there. And then if we just look into levels of resistance, you've got a nice level up there to potentially sell. Look at all these rejections. 1, 2, 3 rejections. That's a level to sell there, up at 6.2 cent. Next is SENSO. We'll have a look at the Qcoin chart on the USDT pairing. Never looked at this asset before. This chart looks very, very similar, doesn't it? We got a bearish cross incoming. Price action is coming down to all these support wicks again down here. This chart is just pretty much a carbon copy, isn't it? If we just look at all this area around here, just drag it up a little bit, you can see we've got all those wicks. When I do a support and resistance, I either do it accurate, usually on levels of resistance, but on support, if you've got multiple wicks within an area, it shows that there's a liquidity area and a demand area. And if you're looking for buys on SENSO, you're talking around 44 cent. It's probably that area to look at targeting. Top tip here, really, if you're ever looking to do investing into altcoins, better off doing it on a weekly time frame, and you get a better perspective of where the price has been in the past, and you get a little bit more condensed version, and you can see with a clearer image. So there you go. 44 cent is that region to buy. Levels to sell, I mean, I'm not going to look at them anymore. You'd probably look to target that moving average 50 there around $1, but that's a long way off, and we need to get some nice pumps off these lows. Once we get down here, we're looking for a pump up there, so we're looking for 100% move to take any profit from there. So that's a potential a swing trade there. If you're looking to buy, look at 44 cent and then look to sell around $1 region. And then finally, we have SPINTOP. Let's have a look here. It's not on many exchanges yet, so we're not going to get much data in terms of. Let's have a look on here. We'll look at SPINTOP. We'll look at the BUSDT pairing. This is on DEX tools. I'm not going to be able to do much chart analysis on this, but if we look at this on a weekly time frame, it has pretty much sold off on it. It's currently down at, I think that's wrong, isn't it? Spin USD is not at 11 cent. Let me have a look at on, what else we got? We've got POLC charts here. Let's have a look at it. Somebody did ask me when the vesting is over with. 3rd of April is the last vesting release of SPINTOP. So hopefully, once that's done, we'll start to see some price rises. We're coming down at 8.3 cent, which is crazy. And we've been all the way up to 65 cent, but most gaming assets are like this. GameFi's took an absolute battering over the years. Over the last few months. But for me, SPINTOP is one of those assets I mentioned earlier on that have been continuing to push out updates every single week, making partnerships, adding new pools onto staking. I really think this is a gem, honestly do. In the market cap, if you look to the left hand side here, $10 million. This is a nano cap, which I personally think should be at least getting a small bag of it. Because if you're getting a small bag at $10 million, imagine when it's pushing up towards $100, $200 million, which in my opinion, I think will happen over the next few years. So if you're looking to buy, I mean, I'd just keep buying at these levels and maybe actually wait until the 3rd of April. Wait to see if we get a decent sell-off, and that could be that time to buy in. So that is an area. I'm not going to look at levels to sell yet. I mean, we've got this region here. Let's just have a look at this. We'll just put a quick box on there, give you a rough idea. If you look at the bottom here where it was support, it's quite a key area actually. If you look at these levels here, it was a major support level. It was a support level there. And then it was resistance here. So if you're looking to sell 15.4, 15 cent, it's going to be that region where you should be taking a substantial amount of profit off. Any lower than this, it's going to be close to 100% move anyway. So wait until the 3rd of April. Fingers crossed we do get a decent dump, because I'll be looking to buy a chunk more. And then I'm going to hold on for long term and see how it goes. So that's going to do it for today. That is the crypto update. I'm going to be trying to do this every single day apart from weekends. And like I say, if you want me to cover any assets, comment below. Make sure you do like this video. It gets a few more views out there. I try not to do any clickbait titles like the rest of the wallopers out there, so not getting so many views, but it is straight-headed content that you don't get too much of these days. So that's going to do it. Like I say, if you're new here, make sure that you do hit that like button. Make sure that you are subscribed, and I'll catch you next time.